Hello there, folks. Welcome back. You're watching UKSG Blue 2023. We are back. We have something special here. We have the fantastic Kirisiac with Bear in the Big Blue House. Please take it away.
Thank you very much, Tim. Hi, yes, I am Kirisiac, otherwise known as Kiri. I am obviously running Bear in the Big Blue House for the PS1, the NTSC version, because it saves 2 minutes in loads. I'll talk a bit more about the mechanics of the game later on and how you can basically overclock the PAL version. This is a really technical game for what it is ultimately a 8:36 world record run. I'm not expecting to get world record, obviously. But anyway, I'm just going to get straight into it. So I'm going to count down, if you're ready, with 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Good luck.
Okay, so straight away in the first 3 seconds, I'm going to go for a trick. And I've missed it. So there's a thing you can do in this game that's called Wrong Warp that I've just missed twice in a row. I'm going to go for it. Nope, 3 times. Usually I'm quite consistent at this, so my apologies, but it's nice to kill world record immediately. So what you can do is, when Ojo, who is not the titular character, but the protagonist of the game, when she gets to a certain location, you can push the button, another button, and you can kind of trick the game into doing something it shouldn't. Anyway, I'm going to take my hand off the controller for a second, put my hands in the air. I'm cheating. I'm not cheating. So what I'm doing here is type with tutter skip, and, well, it's what it says. It's just enabling auto fire and letting it play. It is possible to do this by hand, but because it just causes so much hand pain, it's not appropriate at all. So we just don't. And then we switch back to turbo. So there's a turbo and a turboless category. They're both melded into one on SRC, but for the sake of this, we're doing turbo because it's more fun. Turboless world record is 906. Turbo record is 836. What it turns out is if you press multiple buttons at once, Ojo will activate multiple commands at once. It's not the case in every level, but it's the case in some levels, and if you want a more thorough explanation, you've come to the wrong person. So what we're doing here is Pip and Popcorn. It is a very, very basic level. This is actually pretty good. It's going much faster than usual. That's pretty poor. But what this is you just catch the kernels that don't look wrong, and the red kernels you don't touch because you lose 5 points. You want to quickly get to 25. You can increase the size of Ojo's hitbox by using what I call wiggling. I've discovered every trick in this game, and I've just given them all absurd names. What you do is you just press left and right pretty much immediately afterwards, or right and left, because directions work both ways, and you can just increase Ojo's hitbox briefly. Now we're going on to a level called Dance with Burr, and you might think there's nothing going on here, and mostly you're right, but this level is infamous for dropping inputs. In my stream, at least 1 or 2 runs dies each day just because I'm dropping inputs. So this is one of the reasons why turbo is the main category. Just by holding it down, it avoids most issues, and if you play nicely, it should cooperate. Even if you force an input to be on every viable frame, the game can still drop the input. Reason being, this game is shovelware. Anyway, we're just going to get to the end of this quickly. And another thing you might see me do is hold start. Well, you're not actually going to see me hold start, but I am holding start. There's actually meant to be a cutscene that plays a jingle, and then it says, "Congratulations, you found this item." Because the story of this game is that Ojo's looking for items, and there's one in each room, but you can skip that cutscene just by pressing start, and you can stop it from even loading altogether if you just hold start quick enough. So anyway, this is Paint Rojo. There is a glitch here. Unbelievable, I know. Now, it's completely RNG, and I've only ever had one perfect RNG. And the maths of this game actually operates before the game itself, like before it shows up on screen. So you might have heard an odd sound there. Basically, when it loaded Ojo into the second painting. It made a noise, and then it did one of the colours for me. What that does is, just because the game's operating so quickly, faster than my own inputs, I am able to put in a colour before they even show up on screen. You can't move over and do it. You are locked into that colour, but you can do it for that one colour. So you have like a 1 in 3, 1 in 4, 1 in 5 chance of getting that. There's also a glitch you can do where if you hold the direction at the same time as the X button you can actually hit 2 colours at once if they're next to each other. Really cool thing you can do. Anyway, this is really unfortunate already. I did get the manip for this. So there's actually a manip you do in this level. You go about here, because you don't want to go too far away from the feathers, but they are kind of repulsed by Ojo's very existence, likewise. And as well as this, some of the feathers actually duplicate. Now, I've had many theories as to why every one of these happens, every dupe happens. There's either 2 theories. Either the game's broken, most likely, because it doesn't work on emulator for some reason, but it does work on... Sorry. The other theory is that they just spawn on top of each other and have the same RNG. My theory, though, is that it happens too consistently for that ever to be a thing. Anyway, we're going to go into Bubbles with Trilo now. We just played Feather Game and completely killed any chance of world record. Pretty catastrophically. We're about a minute behind already because I missed the wrong warp. So we're looking for certain cycles here. I know most of them. This is relatively decent. I've just completely butchered it. It just slipped right past me. Anyway, you just do that and you're done. There's different cycles and I've just learned them. You just do it.
Let me know when you've got time for some donations. We do have some sitting here.
Absolutely. And 3, 2, 1 donations.
Hey, fantastic. Good timing. We've received $10 from Big the Dave. Did you know the house is fitted with a foghorn? It's blaring the big blue house. Thank you very much for that one, Dave. $10 from the Nakiemi. Seriously, Tiny Tim, I don't know what all the fuss is about. Bear puns? Who would do such a thing? This is clearly all a hullabaloo about nothing. Okay, so I couldn't resist, but at least it's going to charity. Any more chaos, anyone? And that's going to the charity boss shuffler. And one final one from Big the Dave, $10. I hear this game has bad language. Or am I confusing it with swear in the big blue house? Thank you very much, Dave. Back to you, Kirisiac.
Thank you. If I may intervene, that was a very bad joke.
It was, yes. Agreed.
So, with Turbo, as I've mentioned, it's still on. One of the issues is in this level is the inputs can drop occasionally, but what you can do with Turbo is you can make Bird do these really strange actions just by doing it on every frame, by doing his little dances on every frame, and it basically avoids dropped inputs, so yay for Turbo. We're just coming up to the end of this now. I should have mentioned as well, I'll mention this in the wrong warp display as well, but I do turn Turbo off on X for wrong warps. I'm going into the second wrong warp of the run now, so I should really be turning my X Turbo off. It's basically not impossible, but it's extremely difficult to get a wrong warp if you don't have Turbo on. And Turbo management is actually a pretty big thing. So I'm gonna go for this wrong warp as well. This one saves 3 seconds compared to the half second that the other one saved. I got a second try, which is quite bad actually. That one's a lot easier. Okay, so I just did this other thing. If you hit X too quickly when the menu loads, you can confuse the game and it will lock on holding X repeatedly until you put your finger off it. Let's Make a Picture is an interesting level in that it's like, that is the worst possible RNG, but also the best cycle possible. That was a really good second, third, and fourth, but again, RNG. There's not really much to say about that other than you don't want the lamp. You want ones that have less paintings, obviously. I've actually just realised I have done this in the wrong order. I've done this in level order instead of the regular order because I just wanted to do the wrong warp. So this is actually level 8, and I'm going for sequence break, and I've completely missed it. So I'm going to very quickly cancel that out. So what you can do is you can actually have Ojo move at the same time. It's going to be pretty unfortunate if I don't get this. This is a very, very cool trick. And it actually resets the amount that come out as well, the amount of boxes that come out. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. That's absolutely fine. There is a demonstration. I can do a demonstration on Twitch or on my Discord. So that isn't time because we have one more level to do. The true level 10 of the game. We do memory game last just because it's meant to be easier.
Let's go back to the foyer.
Because I like doing the game out of order, doing it 2-1. Because of resetting and all that malarkey. Wanting to get runs going.
Let's play Clouds Across the
Yeah, there is a lot of technical stuff going on, and I am very much trying to bring it all out. But we're going into the final level of the game, and the timing works the same either way, so I don't mind. We just need to blow away 10 of these clouds. Now, that is pretty good, and that is... It's a free cycle, it's really bad. Anyway, that's time.
You did it.
That was a 9:23.
GG.
Thank you very much. I will skip that cutscene, because I want to get straight into the wrong warp showcase. That was about a minute worse than I was hoping. Nonetheless, we move on. So we're going to go straight into the wrong warp showcase while I'm still running my mouth. Now, there's 4 known glitched wrong warps in the game that actually cause strange effects, but it's actually RNG themselves if it causes the glitch effect. So, there's 2 in this room, there's 3 in this room, and then there's 2 on the second floor. You can get glitched states of any of the rooms, so you can just corrupt the game basically. And it doesn't really affect anything unless, well, it doesn't affect anything, it's just a bit slow. So, I've just got it first try. That is the easiest one though. So what I'm in now is a glitch state of room 1. As you can see, there's an up instead of a down, and if I go into any of these levels, it will take me, I'll just quickly demonstrate, this is the second room in the game, so levels 3 and 4, Dance with Bert and Paint with Ojo. That's 1 in 4 done. And I'm calling the time back. So the next one I'm going to try and demonstrate, I now need to go back up. I'm going to try all of them for about 5 minutes, we'll just see what happens. This one's a bit harder, so we'll do the second floor one while I'm here. And you can do a down-up wrong warp, so hold up from here. This one's not consistent at all. This one does not play nicely. And what Ojo will do is, she'll come back onto the screen and then will walk up in the direction that she was meant to go. You can get a number of effects here. You can get Ojo to go to the top left of the screen, or you can just break the game in assorted ways. If it's not going to cooperate today, then that's absolutely fine, because I took some photos in the practice area and I didn't get this one because it is just extremely difficult. So we're going to go for about up to 2 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes, just to try and get these and just see what happens. So this one's put Ojo up. I should have mentioned there's another wrong warp that can happen. If you do an up-down wrong warp, sometimes the game will just forget what it's doing and try to throw you into Feather Game.
It's Ojo's birthday.
And as you can tell, I am just extremely bad at these ones. Yeah. We'll just give it... So, that is the other normal wrong warp, where Ojo goes down after you do a up-down. Yeah, we'll go to 230 and we'll just see what happens. It's a bit finicky. And it is. There's a free frame window for this. Turbo is off, a mistake I made in the practice room a few times. It doesn't look like it's going to cooperate, so we'll give it 2 more tries. And nope. And nope. And 1 more try because no luck. Okay. Well, this one's much rarer, so I don't mind too much. These ones are better to do. These ones are much nicer to do. So right, left, down, left, and left, down, all can put Ojo in a glitch state. Otherwise, she'll just repeat the actions from earlier, but appropriate for the whatever she's doing here. So unfortunately, with this one, you can accidentally go into the wrong level as well. You can go into this level. It's okay, this happened. It's only about 10 seconds in and out. So it's not the end of the world if I get it a few times. But I want to do a right, left, wrong warp here, and that can happen as well. So I can go for a left down one here, and it's just thrown me into the levels 8 and 9 again.
Let's go back to the
Unfortunate, but that just happens. The game has a real tendency to drift to the right. It's basically stick drift for a 2002 game.
explore the house and find all of her presents.
And nothing. No, she's not going to the origin, and the down input just dropped on me. So we'll go up to 5 minutes on this one, because this one's much more consistent. If I don't get it in that time, it's a skill issue.
It's Ojo's birthday.
And I've already shown one, so you kind of got a feeling for how it works. Alright, there we go. Alright, this is the best wrong warp you can get. I love this one. You can see here that the X on screen is showing up. Ojo is actually in a glitched room 1 right now. She's on a glitched floor 1. She can go left into the first 2 levels, right into levels 3 and 4, or go up into floor 2, and it's normal. But as you can see, there's no down. You can't go into the basement in Burr's house because, shock, there isn't one. There's no big blue basement. But what you can do is press X here, and she will go into another glitched floor 1, where you can do the same things again. You can go left into levels 1 and 2, right into levels 3 and 4, or up into the second room. So I am going to very quickly try for a few times the right, left, wrong warp. I'll give it till 5:30 now because I've done one more. No luck. It's okay, it does happen. On my Twitch, which I will plug in a second, I have a Discord and I do show off the end results of the wrong warps and anything new that I find in there. So unfortunately this one isn't cooperating, but at least I'm getting it consistently, so that's at least something we can celebrate. If it doesn't want to play, it doesn't want to play. This is the least consistent of the 3 on this floor. So we'll keep going and we'll see what happens. I believe, and I do have the notes in my Discord as well, it's you can get Ojo to go to the origin, which is the top left, 00, X0, Y0, on this floor as well. That was a really fast wrong warp. I should not have gone that fast. So we'll give it 2 more tries. How about that? So 1 more try from here. If it doesn't want to cooperate, it is what it is. This is RNG. And no luck. But we got 2 out after the 5, and for 5 minutes 30, I'd say that's pretty good. Do I have time very quickly to show you the true ending of the game? Okay, no problem then. So, 2 minutes. Yeah, brilliant. Right, so I did mention in my incentives, but there's actually a true ending of the game that's outside of the bounds of the main game. This is the birthday game, and this is where you get the final cutscene for the game. This level is total RNG and is absolute agony to do. There used to be a speedrun for it. I dropped that category because it was miserable. You just have to match all these completely at random, and then on screen, the true ending cutscene shows. You can actually skip this, and you can skip the credits as well. But anyway, I have showed you basically everything of the not post-game of this game, through the post-game that lasts an hour and a half. I'm not going to show that you because... because, no, we'll be here all night. But as you can see, I've got all the presents. Even though I skipped the cutscenes, I've still managed to do it. I've still managed to beat the game, the core game. You can stop the timer because I'm not playing the game anymore. And I just wanted to give a couple of shout-outs quickly. Thanks for letting me play the game. If you put a PAL version into an NTSC unlocked, it unlocks the NTSC game with slightly worse loads. Don't ask, I don't know why. I want to thank everyone for being here, for everyone for supporting me, and thank you for what's been a fantastic event so far. A few more runs to go, and I'm really excited to see what you guys can cook up.
Thank you so much indeed. Big round of applause for Kirisiac. Absolutely fantastic. We've got one final donation for you here, Kirisiac. Before you go, we have received $10 from Xenon Slayer, who does say, "I'm sorry, if I want coloured houses in children's shows, I go to Balamory." But anyway, I'm sure we appreciated the Bear and the Big Blue House, and Kirisiac, we are going to move swiftly on. We do have a little intermission coming up, and then are we ready? Cherry is going to be running some Clone Hero. So we'll be back with you very, very shortly.